Hi everybody, this is Dane Hansen at Junkie Lincoln Volvo Mazda, coming to you with another exciting video. Just covered the EX90 here a couple days ago, and now I have my first CX-50 Hybrid, which has been one of the most anticipated Mazda vehicles we've had. So really excited to get a chance to talk about it. Actually got to do some training yesterday with our Mazda rep. So a couple of important things. First thing you might notice is that this car is a little bit taller. It's about 1.5 inches taller than a normal non-hybrid CX-50. Basically, that's to make room to accommodate the battery. There's some other differences as well. For example, the wheels and wheel options are a little bit different, and so are the trim levels. This is a premium, so this is the mid-level. The CX-50 Hybrid comes with the preferred as the base level, the premium, which is this one, as at the mid-level, and then the premium plus. So, show you a couple of things. The premium gives you some things like the power lift gate. This has got a box for floor mats. You can see the seats fold just like a normal CX-50. Still has a really nice deep cargo area. And a couple other minor things to note. There is ever so slightly less headroom, like 0.2 of an inch, because of the battery underneath the seats, but it's almost negligible, which is pretty cool that Mazda was able to do that without really sacrificing any interior space. This is also like 0.2 or 0.5 of an inch longer, also to accommodate the battery, but again, almost impossible to tell. The only thing you can really notice is the extra height, which is kind of cool. So we're gonna go ahead and sit in here and start it up, and then we'll look under the hood here in a minute. Now, initially, of course, a couple of things are different here, such as the gauge cluster. So Mazda has done a good job of keeping this very much like a CX-50, just happen to swap out what's under the hood. So some things I like, over here on the left, you can see obviously you've got your kind of like power meter. When you apply the brakes, the needle dips down into the charge area, and as you push the accelerator, the needle moves to the right, showing how much power you're asking for. You can see fuel gauge on the right, or on the right hand side is the same. Push the info button, this toggles through just like normal. Slightly more information you can see about the battery there. Right now I think I've got the engine on because we're asking for some heat because it's a little chilly here in Iowa. Couple other things. Over here is very similar. This button, the MI drive modes, does things a little bit different. So now instead of sport, normal, and off-road, you have power, normal, and trail. They really do basically the same things as the other drive modes, just kind of calibrated to work with the hybrid setup. One other button you'll notice is we have this EV button over here. So this is a traditional full hybrid vehicle. That means that basically it's got a pretty small battery, but it's usually running on the engine like it is right now, and using the battery to assist, giving you really good fuel economy. 38 miles to the gallon combined, which is 40% better than our normal CX-50s, which is pretty significant. The gas tank's actually a little bit smaller by about 2 gallons, but has a longer range due to just having better fuel economy than a traditional CX-50. So when you're in a low load, low speed situation, the example I like to use is 30 miles an hour, flat road, not asking, just barely touching the accelerator. You could push this button and it'll kick the engine off and leave it on the battery as long as it can. Again, not for very long distances, or for example, I can press it right now because we're not moving. If I press it again, it'll go off and you'll hear the engine start back up. But basically, if it's not available, the car will give you a notification up here on the dash. It'll say EV mode currently unavailable. And that could be due to asking for too much power, too much climate control, or battery not having enough charge, all those kinds of things. Beyond that, this is all pretty similar. Say nothing really too terribly different here, which is nice. It'll make it very familiar to those of us that are familiar with the CX-50 now that it's been out for a second. Split open cup holders. Do like that in the premium these get the full leather seats, which on the normal CX-50 S or the regular gas one aren't full leather. They're still the cloth leather combo, but kind of a nice touch. Small other difference, you'll notice this button right here. So because this is a hybrid, you push this button and that will unlock the fuel door, and then you'll be able to get in or open it. You press on it to open it like normal, and then be able to put fuel in it. Regular 87 octane gas. You'll notice this one has seat memory as well. And we're going to look under the hood. We're going to see how well I can do this with one hand. I do like to point out, key is the same as well, nothing new there. So let's release. That went way better than the time I tried to do on the EX60 or EX90. So you'll notice underneath here, you can see these orange cables. We're actually going to come shut the car off. I do like to show the engine does sound a little bit different than your normal CX-50 or Mazda with the Mazda 2.5 liter 4-cylinder. Of course, it's fairly common knowledge now that this is a Toyota sourced hybrid engine and battery setup, but Mazda's done a really good job of keeping it like a Mazda. I'll say I've gotten to ride in one a little ways, haven't gotten to drive it quite yet. Looking forward to getting to do that. But I do like that you can look under here and there's not Toyota badges all over the place. And Mazda's done a good job again of, like I said, keeping the drive and the refinement very Mazda-like. This engine's pretty quiet when you're going down the road. Definitely has a different sound when you put your foot into it a little bit compared to our normal Mazdas. But I do like, again, easy to get to, dipstick's where it should be, filler cap, coolant, washer fluid, all that kind of thing. The biggest difference you'll notice is these orange cables. So anything orange underneath the hood of a car like this normally means high voltage. So this is for the hybrid system. Don't touch that if you're not a specially trained technician. Our technicians have special tools and training to be able to work with the high voltage system. Say just something in terms of safety. But I do like still, just like the normal Mazdas, there's some space on either side of the engine. Makes things fairly easy to get to. You know, not that you're going to spend a lot of time underneath here, but you still have your thick underhood insulation, all those kinds of things. And I also think Mazda did a nice job of making this, making it noticeable that it's a hybrid without crazy overstating it. I like the increased ride height a little bit. I think that gives the CX-50 kind of a cool look. And then, of course, just a simple hybrid badge. Didn't overly go crazy on the styling. It says hybrid in the back here as well. But that is our first look at the CX-50 Hybrid. Look forward to giving you some driving impressions. I say after I've had a chance to spend a little more time with it. I don't think these cars are going to last super long, but I look forward to talking about these a little bit more as we get more in. Dane Hansen, Junkie Lincoln Volvo Mazda. Like and subscribe for more, and thank you for your time.